Hey, welcome back. We're going to do a chicken pad thai. Lots of ingredients, as you can see here. Lots of prep. I want to do a prawn cracker as well. If you don't have seen these before, these look like shells. Have a look at those. They are so cool. So these little pack of double phoenix prawn crackers, and we'll get some. They're really quick once you get those in the hot oil. The oil's going to be about 190 degrees, so I'm going to get that going because that's going to take a while to heat up. I've got also these glass noodles, or these rice noodles, stir-fry rice noodles. That's kind of the first process I want to get going on that. So I just want to put that in the microwave just for about a minute or so, just to get that ready. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to prep over here a little bit too, just get that heated up. Because as I said, we've got a couple of things we're going to work through here. As we also know, it's all about preparation. So you can see I've got some nice bean sprouts, we've got some snow peas, I've cut those up, some spring onions just nicely sliced up there, lots of ingredients to add, whether it's peanuts or coriander, some egg into the sauce itself, and the paste, right? The paste is, I've just gone a simple one here. This is a pad thai paste. We'll add a little bit of tamarind, a little bit of fish sauce into that, so just a couple other things, as well as a little bit of sugar, just a spoonful of sugar, just to give that kind of nice mix. Again, chilli to taste, however you want to do that. You'll see I've just given that a little taste. That does work well. So I just want to get this going while that microwave's cutting up. So just the slicing up the chicken, I've just had the knives redone too. For those that follow some of my images, the knives are done, they've been sharpened beautifully. Let me just check that. We give it another minute. Because those noodles are fresh as such rather than the dry packet ones. So we'll just cut this chicken up. As I said, this has been pre-barbecued, and this will really just go well. You could do a prawn. You could run a prawn pad thai. I love the chicken in a pad thai, so we'll transfer that all into the noodles. We'll kind of get the mixture all going with that pad thai paste. We'll get it all moving pretty quickly, because it is, once you've got it all prepped, it is pretty quick. Like you're just working on basically heating it up, because a lot of this stuff's already cooked. And a lot of it you don't want to overcook, so I like a little bit of crunch in the snow peas. Again, that's the last kind of addition. The bean sprouts, nice and kind of crispy or crunchy as they are. And some of the spring onions, don't overcook it. I wouldn't overcook any of this stuff, because you want it to feel fresh rather than sitting there like it's been sitting out in the back of the kitchen. And when you buy this at a takeaway, it's got to kind of feel good, right? So you can cut those however you want. Let's give that a go. We don't need all three of those. Checking here, I'm just going to check that. We're going to do the prawn packers last, but I just want to check how that's going. As I said, you want this at about 190, this oil, when you do the crackers. So that's heating up pretty quickly, which is great. That's around 140. So again, just with this over here, I'm just going to put in a little bit of oil, just a splash. And this is the opportunity to add your sauces, your paste. You could make this from scratch if you had a little bit of extra time. And there's oil already in that pad thai paste, which is fine. So half a jar for two people, roughly the full jar for the one. So turn that down a little bit. Sorry, roughly full jar if you're going to have four. Now, I want to do a couple of things here. I want to bring these noodles together and split it up. Right, you can see they've broken up a little bit once they're heated up. They will continue to break up a bit once we get it in there. Just literally just adding that in. Again, it's quick, right? So you want to move stuff around, get all that flavour mixed in with the noodles. I'm just going to add just a teaspoon of that tamarind paste, and I'm also going to, whilst I do that, I'm going to add just a teaspoon of fish sauce. Thanks, cameraman too, just a bit light there. So just, again, don't overgo it. You might love the fish sauce, but it's so powerful. And people go, oh, but you're mixing fish and chicken. That's okay. And again, just a little, I'll get it clean spoon. Just a little sweetener to get rid of some of that really kind of fishy sauce flavour. So let's mix that through. I'm going to bring the chicken in as well. Can bring a couple of bits in, because with this paste we also add in a couple of other things. We're going to add in some eggs last minute as well, and you kind of mix it in with that great flavour. So turn the heat down a little bit on that. What you're trying to do here is break up where possible, not try and make it too messy. Turn it down a little bit, as I said. Right, and we'll just bring that chicken in, get that flavour going in there. So most ingredients are in there. That sauce. And again, just letting that kind of soak some of that up. Get the heat on that. We'll put those in. You want those a little bit softer, but I do like that crunch a little bit. So now, just while that's heating up, I just want to push a bit of it aside. Just get that tea towel, take the heat off that. I just want to push it a little bit aside there. Give me a little bit of space. Now, a little bit of oil on the side just here. You're probably thinking, why am I just going there? Because I'm going to bring in a couple of things. So I'm going to bring in my eggs. I'm going to quickly whip these eggs up. So I just wanted to quickly break them up, get the yolk out. And this just kind of adds to the thickness of the sauce itself. Okay, so just a little bit here, and we just fold that in essentially. A little bit of a mix up there, so it kind of looks like a bit of a scrambled egg. You could do 2, 1, however you kind of feel. Let that go a little bit, and just you're bringing that all together, right? So that's that glossy. You'll see this at your Thai restaurants. That glossy, eggy flavour you'll get through that. Lovely, that's beautiful. Nice. Now, because this is a Thai dish, of course, we're going to bring in some. We'll use some fresh coriander, but we'll also use some on top. So a little bit at the moment. And also, just with a little fine grater, just a little bit of just the edge of lime, okay? And we'll use some lime juice as well. Don't have to overdo this, but it just gives it that kind of extra punch. Again, if you want to chilli it up, I'm more likely to get the chilli in afterwards. Don't go too far through the edge of that lime. I just want to take off the really bright green bits, just a little bit, not overdo it. I want to get a little bit of that lime juice in there as well. That really gives it that really nice flavour. And again, we'll have some little wedges of lime on top as well at the end. So again, just stir that through. You don't need salt with this because you've got that fish sauce, so that'll give that kind of salty flavour. There's a bit of salt on the chicken as well when I had that cooked. Just marinating with a little bit. Now I'm going to turn that off, and we'll come back once that's heated up enough and you're about to serve, because that literally takes a couple of seconds to do the prawn crackers. And I'll add some things. I might actually put just before we do that, I'm just going to add the spring onions in as well. I just let them soften a little bit. I've turned the heat off, right? So you can just let that soften just naturally rather than still cooking it. Now, if you were going to do this without the chicken done on the barbie, you could still do that. You could just do a chicken thigh or sliced up chicken breast, however you want to do it. And you could have done that straight in the one pot. But I just like a little bit of that burnt edge of the chicken with a little bit of a different kind of texture. So we're going to leave that. And as I said, come back the minute we're about to serve up. I'll come back and I'll show you how to do those prawn crackers, because it's a little bit like prawn magic. All right. All right, prawn crackers. As I said, hot oil. Get that going. You can see the temperature. We want it around kind of 180, 190. Just because they cook better, and you don't leave them in too long, right? Because if you leave them in too long, they soak up the oil. Right, so that's perfect. Let's do that. All right. So it literally is, and don't overdo it, because once you put too many in, let's just say that is probably not even hot enough. they will puff up, so you can see them puffing up. You don't want to take them out as you see them puffing up. Don't put too many in at once, because they just, the minute you lose that translucency, that part there, like, and I'm just going to put on some paper towel just to take some of that oil off so they don't taste too oily. Right, just flip that one over so you can get the edge. But it's as quick as that, right? And I've had situations where I've left them in too long when I've done rice paper like this, and they just taste like oil, right? So again, not too many in at once. Take that one out. Look at that, so cool. Such a great staple from the Thais to do this. Literally just making sure you get all that colour, those little brown, those colour bits done, and they're crispy. Shake the oil off them. And some of that was a little slow, so okay, we can see they're popping up. Let's get that one out. As they expand. Alright, so you get the idea there. So once I've done these, we're going to plate up everything else we've done, and I'll show you what the final product looks like. Prawn crackers done. We just let them cool off a little bit, they're fine. There's lots of those there. Right, so just want to bring all this in. This is beautiful. Oh, it smells great. So with all that, I don't want to scratch that. Because you want to kind of get that nice egg bit that we had. We put those eggs in. Beautiful, look at that. Okay. Now, fun part, garnishing. So, spring onions, just again, it's a nice little slither of spring onions, just some fresh coriander, the bean sprouts to just on top. Now, I'm not going to do the chilli, but I will put some of the lime that you can squeeze on individually. Having said that, just with that little bit of lime that we used before, so we took the edges off it, just give it a little go with that on there, just that lime juice, beautiful kind of Thai taste. Right. Just half a lime there, coriander for that. And the final thing, just some salted peanuts. You could use unsalted, but let's go with salted. Keep in mind, we haven't put any salt in there other than the fish sauce. So, there we go. We are done. That's your pad thai. We'll plate that up. That's your crispy prawn crackers and a beautiful arrangement of chicken pad thai.